convert it into shares, or you can take cash. All equivalent loan without the conversion rights would have a required rate of return is 8%. Is it right? Now, for what you have to do, we should know the present value of receivables at the end of the year based on discount rates is how much? 6% and 8%. Is it right? The present value of $1 received. Is that how much? What is the rate of interest they have mentioned? They have mentioned 8%. Is it right? They have mentioned 8%. How much they are going to give? What is the 400,000 is it right? 6% convertible loan. 6% convertible loan. How much interest you will get? 400,000 100, is it right? Add another 2 zeros. Add another 2 zeros. 40 million into 0.06. How much you'll get? 24. Okay. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. 2.4 million. Is it right? How much you get?
Yes.
2.4 million. Fine. Convertible. Okay. Proceeds are how much? 40. Proceeds are how much? Proceeds are 40 million. Okay, proceeds are 40 million. First we will calculate the finance cost, what is the component of debt and component of equity. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I will do the things here. I will do the things here. Okay, it will be easy for you to understand. Okay, this working will be here. Okay, next year outflow. Year outflow at the rate of how much? At the rate of 8%. At the rate of 8% present value. Is it right? When they have issued to April 1, 2005. Is it right? Means 31st March 2006. For how many years they have issued? They have issued notes on interest is annually paid. The loans can be converted into shares. 31st March 2008. Is it right? 2007, 2008. Okay. What is the cash outflow? Cash outflow is we have calculated just now. How much is the cash outflow? Cash outflow is 2,400. Is it right? In thousands.
Yes.
In thousands. Is it right? At the rate of 8% is how much? 0.93. Is that this is column 1, column 2, column 3 and column 4. Column 4 is 2 times 3. How much you'll get? 2400 into 0.93.
2232.
2232. Okay. In the second year, 2400. Is it right? 0.86. Is it 0.86? How much will get?
2064.
2064. Third year, how much is there? Third year, how much will be there?
24 plus 100.
Alhamdulillah, you are smart. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. That's good. Is it right? Is it 42,400? Okay, 42,400. 40 is the principal. 2,400 is the interest. Okay, 0. How much? 79. It comes to how much?
33,496.
33,496. Total how much? This is the debt.
37,792.
37,792. How much was the proceeds total? 40 million. Is it right? You have the difference. Is it right? You have the difference. How much is the difference? Difference is
2,208.
how much? 2,208. Is it? Now what is the debt? 37,900. 792. Correct? Is it right? Finance cost will be how much? Finance cost will be 37,792 times what is the rate of interest? 0.08. It comes to how much?
3,023.
3023. Is it right? 3023. Is it right? 3023. Fine. 3023. Now we have to, what we have to do? We have to know what is the amount as on 31st March 2006. Okay, 31st March 2006. Is it right? Debt is how much? Debt element is how much? Debt element is 37,792. Okay, debt is element how much? Now debt is how much? This much. Okay, how much is the finance cost? Is it right? Put it as A. Okay, put it as A. How much is the finance cost? Finance cost is how much? Finance cost is 3023 minus outflow is how much? Outflow is how much? 2400. Actually 3093. How much is the outflow? This one. What is the difference you will get here? You get a difference of 623. Is it? You will get a difference of how much? 623. Is it right? Now add this A plus B. $38,511 1 14 1 38415.
Their fee is 450.
Okay, 3. This is the carrying amount of loan. Just check how we got it. Any doubt, just let me know.
Yes, it's clear.
Fine. Next. Okay, next. Point number 2. Okay. Point number 2. What they're saying? The director decided to revalue the leasehold property at 66.3 million on 1st October. Triage company does not make an annual transfer from the revaluation surplus to the retained earnings to reflect the realization of the revaluation gain. However, they don't do the revaluation transfers. However, the revaluation will give rise to a deferred tax liability of how much? 20%. Future liability. The lease property is depreciated on straight line method and the equipment on 15 methods on the reducing balance method. Okay, no depreciation has been charged on any non-current assets for the year as such. Is that they have not charged any non-current assets. How much is the leasehold property? How much is the leasehold property? Leasehold property is how much? What happened to this? Leasehold property is how much? 75,000. Accumulated depreciation on leasehold property is how much? 15,000. $66.3 million. Okay. How much they have valued? They have valued that it rate of how much? The directors have 66. Revalue the leasehold property at 66.3 on that does not make any transfers, all those things. Fine. First October. Okay, 1st October. What is that? 31st March. Okay, this is where 31st March means the dates first. The moment you will get now, you will put the dates. It is 1st October. It means what? It means for only how many months? 6 months. This condition is for 6 months. Okay, this condition is on 6 months. Now, carrying amount of leasehold property. Okay, carrying amount of leasehold property. How much is the carrying amount of leasehold property? 75,000 Is it right? 75,000. I will write like this. Less accumulated depreciation. Is it right? Less accumulated depreciation. Accumulated depreciation is how much? 15,000. It comes to how much? 60,000. Is it right? 60,000. Now, they have, is it right? They have what they say, the directors revalued the lease and property for these things. Revaluation gain. The leasehold property is depreciated on reducing balance method. Fine. Leasehold property. Anything they get leasehold property? No. Retained earnings, draft balance sheet. Leasehold property. See the things. Here it is given. Leasehold property. Original life is how much? Original life is how much? Original life is 25 years.
25.
Is it right? Leasehold property is 25 years. If it is for 25 years, is it right? Is it for we have to take it for 6 months, is it right? Usually what will happen when if you refer the things, is it right? On leasehold property, is it right? On leasehold property, what will happen? You have to, will not use the word depreciation, is it right? We use the word amortization. Is it right? How much is there? 75,000 divided by how many years?
25.
25 years into 6 months. Okay, into how many months? 6 months. How much you will get?
1,500.
1,500. It comes to 58,500. Is it right? 58,000. Carrying amount at revaluation. Is it? Carrying amount at revaluation. Now, what is the revaluation amount? Revaluation amount is how much? Revaluation amount on 1st October 2005 is how much? Revaluation amount is how much? 66,000. Is it right? 66,300. Difference is how much? Difference is how much? 0, 0, 13 minus 5, 8. 15 minus 8, 7. 7,800. It is in all in thousands, okay? It is all in thousands. Is it right? All in. Now, how much is the revaluation? Revaluation is 66,300. Is it right? If it is 66,300, how many years has been over? Very simple. Okay. How many years has been over? They have mentioned here. 2005. Is it right? How many years are over? 2005. Leasehold property. Accumulated depreciation. Is it right? Somewhere this should have mentioned it. The directors decide to read on the transfer does not make any surplus. However, the revaluation deferred liability. The leasehold property is depreciated on straight line basis, reducing balance. No depreciation charge on the assets for the year ended 31st March 2006. When they have taken this leasehold property, that is very important. How many years are left? Very there. How many years are left? Any idea? Any idea? You can get it. I am giving you hint. You can get it from these values 1, 2, 3, 75,000, 15,000, 25 years. How many years are left? Yes or no? With these three values we can calculate. They say that depreciation is on straight line method. Is it right? Are you with me?
Yes, with you.
Yes. Depreciation is on a straight line method. 75,000. 75,000 divided by how much? 75,000 divided by 25. How much you will get each year? Depreciation?
3,000.
3,000. Okay? 3,000 per annum. Okay? How much is the accumulated depreciation? Accumulated depreciation is how much? Accumulated depreciation is 15,000. How much every year depreciation? 3,000. Means for how many years they have calculated till now depreciation? 5 years. Okay? 5 years. Remaining life. Is it right? Remaining life. How many years? 25 years. Is it right? 25 years. Minus 5 years. Is it right? Minus we have calculated for 6 months. Is it right? We have calculated for 6 months. How much is the remaining life? 19.5 years. It's a so simple, silly, very simple. Okay, but we have to break our mind. Okay, we have to really make sure that nobody will say that yes, it is 5 years. Is it? How much is the amount cost? 75,000. How much is the accumulated depreciation? 15,000. Is it right? How much is the accumulated depreciation? Now they gave you the life of the asset also, 25 years. We'll get depreciation for 1 year. Is it? We'll get depreciation for 1 year. And subsequently we'll get depreciation for 5 years and the second at the second level. Okay. This is so you can put it as easy, you can put it as a difficult, or you can put it as a challenging. Is it right? You can put it as challenging. Wherever, whatever you do, they say it is going to be remaining life. Are you clear about this?
Yes, it's clear.
Now, is it right? Now, what we have to do? Now we have to, is it right? How much is there? 7,800. Is it right? 7,800. We should not have done like this. We should not have done like this. 66,300. We have. Is it 1 minute? We are now. I am not doing any major changes. Okay, I am not doing any major changes. Don't, if you have written, don't do anything. Okay, if you have written, don't do anything. Is it right? 58,500 is the carrying amount. Is it right? Fair value is how much? Fair value, next. What is the revaluation value? Sorry. Is it right? Revaluation value is how much? Revaluation value is revaluation of leasehold. Again, I am writing the same thing. Is it right? Revaluation is fine. I don't have any other option. Revaluation of leasehold property is how much? 31st. Is it 1st October? Is that 1st October? Is how much? 66,300. Is it a difference? Is how much? I'm writing the same thing. Is it right? Difference is how much? 7,800. This is what? This is a revaluation gain. Okay? This is a revaluation gain. Is it right? Revaluation gain. Now, this is one aspect. Okay, this is one aspect. This is A. Okay, this is A. Now second B in that. Okay, it is not given. Just I am writing for your understanding. Okay. Now carrying amount after revaluation. Is it right? After revaluation. Is it carrying amount after revaluation? Is it right? Now, what is the revaluation amount? Revaluation amount is how much? Revaluation amount is 66,300. Is it right? Minus amortization. Is it amortization? How much? We have to do amortization based on the revalued amount. 66,300. Is it right? 66,300 divided by how much? How many years?
$19.5.
Good. Good, exactly. Is it 19.5? It is another again for 6 months only. Rest the remaining 6 months. Okay, how much you will get?
$1,700.
19.5. How much? 1,700. How much is the balance? 64,600. Is it right? No. Now, deferred tax. Is it right? Deferred tax on revaluation gain. Is it right? Deferred tax on revaluation gain. Deferred tax on revaluation gain. How much? 64.6.8. Revaluation gain is how much? Revaluation gain is how much? Revaluation gain is how much? 7,800. Is it right? 7,800. Deferred tax rate is how much? 7,800 into 0.2. Is it right? How much? 1,560. Is it right? Is it 1,560? Is it right? Deferred, no, sorry. Sorry. Revaluation gain. Is that revaluation gain is how much? Revaluation gain is 7,800 minus 1560. Is it right? This is deferred tax, okay? This is deferred tax and this is revaluation gain. How much is the 7,800? 6,000.
6,240.
Okay, 6,240. Okay, this is what happened. This is with the leasehold property. Okay, slowly you revise it. Okay, slowly you revise it. Inshallah, things will occur. Next, another thing is there. You have plant and machinery. Is it right? Plant and machinery. What they say about plant and machinery? They told anything on plant and machinery. No depreciation has been charged on plant and machinery for the year. See, the leasehold property is based on the straight line basis and the plant and machinery on 15% on reducing balance method. Okay. Now, what is the plant and machinery? 72,100. How much they have calculated accumulated depreciation? 28,100. Okay. Simple, very simple. Is that notes are very important. Okay. See, every note will have the marks. Okay. Every step will have a mark. Is it right? Now I will put like this. Is it right? I will put like this. Is it right? Plant and machinery. Where is that? What happened? I don't know. Is it right? Plant and machinery. Plant and machinery. Is it right? Plant and machinery. What is the carrying amount? Carrying amount is how much? Carrying amount is how much? Carrying amount is plant and machinery. I will write here only carrying amount. Carrying amount. Why I have to waste space? I need space. Okay. Is it right? I need space. Fine. They have mentioned carrying amount. How much? They have mentioned the property. Is it right? Plant and equipment at cost. Is it? Plant and equipment. Plant and equipment at cost. How much plant and equipment at cost? 72,100 minus accumulated depreciation. Is that minus accumulated depreciation? How much is accumulated depreciation? 28,100. 0, 0, 0, 12 minus 8, 4. 6 minus 2, 44. This is the return down value. Okay. This is what? This is the return down value. Is it right? Return down value. Now minus depreciation based on what? Based on the reducing balance method. Reducing balance method. How much? 44,000 times 44,000 times 0.15. How much you'll get? 6,600. 6,600. 0, 0, 4. 13 minus 6. 13 minus 6. 7. 37, 400.
37, 400.
Okay, 37, 400. Okay, 37,400. Now what they are saying, point number 3, on September 2005, the directors of TRICE discovered a fraud in total 700,000, which has been included in receivables in the above trial balance, has been stolen by the employee. Allah Kareem. 450,000 of this related to the year ended 31st March 2005. The rest is for the current year. The directors are hopeful that that 50% of the losses can be recovered from the company's insurers. How much the total fraud is? How much? Total fraud is how much? 700,000. How much has been stolen by an employee? 450,000. Fine, we will in the retained earnings we will do that. Okay, in the retained earnings we will do that. Is it in the retained? Here only we will do. Okay, here only we will do. 1 minute. Is it right? Here only we will do. Point number 3. Okay, point number 3. Is it? Point number 3. What is it? They are only talking about how much is the retained earnings, because loss will be deducted. Either you should have profits or loss. Retained earnings are how much? Is it? Retained earnings are how much? Retained earnings are 3,500. Okay, 3,500 in thousands. Okay, in thousands. Is it? Retained earnings. Retained earnings. How much? 3,500. Now, how much is the loss? Is it right? There was a loss. Is it right? Is it? Period. Is it right? Adjustment. Is it? Period. Within bracket, write down fraud. How much is there? How much is there? 450. Okay, 450,000. Fine, 450,000. We have calculated current year profit. Okay, fine. Is it? I'm writing with another ink. Okay, I'm writing with another ink. Just what you have to do? Adjusted profit. Okay, adjusted profit. Is it right? Adjusted profit. Here I am putting question mark here. Is it right? Is it right? You have to get it from A. Is it right? We have to get it from A. Fine. Now, is right? We will do that. Just wait for a while. Okay? Just wait for a while. The next one is what? The next one is deferred tax. Okay? The next one is deferred tax. Put like this. Point number 4. The provision of 2.7 million is required for current year. How much they need? 2.7. Okay, 2.7 for the current income tax on the profit for the year 31st March. A balance of the covered current tax in the trial balance is under or over provision of tax for the previous year. In addition to temporary difference relating to the information in note 2, at 31st March 2006, the carrying amount of teenage net assets are how much? 12 million. Okay, the carrying amount of net assets will be how much? 12 million. The carrying amount of net assets is how much? 200. Provision, how much required for 2006? Is it provision required for 2006? Is it what is the first one? Provision required for 2006. Okay, put underline here. Is it right? Now we have done revaluation of property tax. Is it right? How much is the revaluation gain we got? It 7,800, and that we have done some tax also. How much you got it? 1560. Is it right? How I should put, like, I will put one star mark. Okay, I will put one star mark. Is it right? Star 1. Okay, I will put like this, and I'll put one color there. Is it right? This one. Is it right? Now it's the same thing I will do. Star 1. Okay, star 1. Same color I will put, so that you should not have any confusion. Deferred tax. Is it right? Deferred tax on leasehold property. Is it right? Leasehold property. How much is the deferred tax on leasehold property? 1,560. Is it deferred tax on plant and machinery? Is it right? How much is there? How much is the plant and machinery? How much they have? See the thing. How much is the plant and machinery? 12 million. The carrying amount on net assets. 1 minute. The carrying amount of fine. Is it? No, not like that. What they said, the balance on the current tax is the trial balance is under and over provision for the in addition, the temporary difference relating to the information in note 2 as on 31st March, the carrying amount net assets are 12 million more than the tax base. Means on 12 million again we have to calculate the tax. Is that more than the tax base? Means whatever the carrying amount is higher in value. Is it right? Next, see what you have to do. I will put this as a condition to this calculation. Okay, so that, is it right? Excess net assets. Is it right? Excess net assets. Is it right? Otherwise deferred tax. Is it right? Deferred tax on excess net assets. How much? 12 million. Okay, into what is the tax rate? What is the tax rate they gave you? They gave us a tax rate of how much? 20%. Is it right? They gave a tax rate of how much? 20%. How much we'll get? 2,400. It comes to how much? 693. Is it? This is the deferred tax. Okay, now go back to the balance sheet. Okay, go back to the balance sheet and see how much is the deferred tax they have done. Is it right? See the thing, they have given a deferred tax. Is it right? They have given a deferred tax. This is the interest payment, this is the current tax. How much is the deferred tax? 3,000 to already there is a provision. Is that over provision? Is that there is a over provision? If it is on the credit side, deferred tax over provision. Is it right? Deferred tax over provision. Over provision as given in the question. Is it right? As given in the question. Is that how much is the deferred tax over provision? It is how much? 3,200. Is it 3,200? Already they have created provision, okay? Already we have created provision, 760. Is it right? Already see 1,560, 1,560. 1,560 is the deferred tax on leasehold property. Excess tax is 2,400. 3,960 as given in the question is 3,200. Is it right? As given in the question, 3,200. As given in the question, 3,200. Okay. Carrying amount is how much? This much. Now, what we have to do? Any idea here? Any idea about here? You have how much is there? How much is there? 760. This is nothing but increase in provision. Is it right? Increase in provision how much? 760. Fine. Increase in provision is how much? 750. Hold it. Is it right? Hold it. What we have to do? What we have? I will explain you again. Is that whatever deferred tax? Is it right? Deferred tax on the leasehold property. Is it deferred tax on the leasehold property? See, we have to divide. We have to classify own property and leasehold property. Is it right? First, we will create it for the increase in provision. Is it right? And deferred tax on the leasehold property, we have to reduce it. Is it right? Deferred tax on the lease, because that has to be taken into consideration at the time of preparation of profit and loss account. Okay, at the time of profit and loss account and during the calculation of leasehold payments. We have not done in detail that much as such, but the rule says that the deferred tax on leasehold property has to be deducted. The same concept we have done in mock exam 1. Is it right? The same concept, because it is related to leasehold property. Is it right? Less deferred tax on leasehold property. How much is the deferred tax on leasehold property? 1,000. Same amount. Is it right? 1,560. What is the difference you will get? You get a difference of how much? 800. Is it right? You get the difference of this means what? It is you have provided excess provision. Is it right? You have provided excess. Increase in provision how much? 760. Now deferred tax is how much? 1560. Now if it is deferred tax, how much you are saving? Is it right? Here it is you are saving. Is it right? It is right. Savings on deferred tax. Savings on the deferred tax. It's like a gain, okay? In credit, if you remember, I have written the nominal entry, debit and credit also. Is it right? Mock exam 1. Yesterday I have done that. Is it right? This has to be credited to where? Credited to profit and loss account. Is it right? This has to be credited to profit and loss account. Fine. Is it okay? Just check once again.
Why you decrease again deferred tax?
Yes,
1560.
exactly. You did ask me same question in the last time. Okay. See, leasehold property. Okay, leasehold property. First, you have to show the complete deferred tax. Okay, deferred tax on the leasehold property, deferred tax on the excess property. Excess on net assets. Okay, first you have to show, then you will say that how much deferred tax you have to pay. Okay, how much deferred tax you have to pay. Then next stage, whatever the deferred tax amount given in the balance sheet, definitely 99% it will be a credit. Is it right? If it is a credit, it means it is a over provision. Okay, if it is a over provision, we deduct that over provision. Is it right? We deduct that over provision. Now how much is we have to increase? 760. Is it right? How much we have to increase? 760. From this 760, what they have done, we have done on revaluation. Is it right? We have done on revaluation. Revaluation, is it right? Revaluation. What is the condition they have said? Just go in that way. Okay. What is the condition they have said? They said that directors decided to revalue the assets, does not make annual transfer from the revaluation. They does not make an annual transfer to surplus to the retained earning. Reflect that realization of the revaluation gain. They doesn't made any transfer to the revaluation surplus as such. Is it that realize when they realize they will pay tax. Okay, when they realize means when they really achieve that, they will pay tax. That is what the concept of deferred tax. Is it right? Deferred tax is what? Deferred tax is you have the revaluation gain, but in general when you are doing revaluation for your own purpose. You are not doing revaluation for the purpose when it is sold, then only you have to pay the tax. If it is not sold, we should not pay the tax. Okay, that the leasehold property, is it right? Where we have done fine. That's fine. Okay. Now there is a point number 2. Is it right? That is the point. Now coming to point number 4. Is it right? Coming to the point number 4. A provision of 2.7 is required. Okay. How much there is required? 2.7 for current income tax on the profit. Fine. The balance on the current tax in the trial balance is under or over provision for the year. Is it? How much is the balance? The balance is 2,400. They have the balance, is it right? They have the balance in both the accounts. See the things. They have the balance in both the accounts. One, they have the balance in deferred tax. One, they have the balance in the current tax. See, current tax is how much? Current tax is on the debit side. Okay? Current tax is on the debit side. If it is debit side, it is under provision. Is it? That is the reason when this is the way the procedure say that first you calculate on the revaluation. Is it right? Carrying on the revaluation. Is that amount has been we have sold it? Nothing. Is it right? We have sold it. We didn't sold it. Is it right? We didn't actually. It's only a revaluation on nominal basis. Is it right? When it is on nominal basis, definitely if you provide provision, what will happen? The profits will decrease. Is it right? The profits will decrease. As simple as that. How much the increase in provision? Increase in provision is 760. In that increase in provision, we have to make sure that on the leasehold property, is it right? Revaluation on the leasehold property, 1,560 is not pertaining to the current year. Is it not pertaining to the current deferred taxation? Is it not related to the deferred taxation as such? That is the reason. You have asked me first what we will do? First we will add this. The same process we have done. You didn't ask me the question last time. Is it? First we will add the provision. We will get the total deferred tax. From that we will deduct the deferred tax of the balance sheet. Is it right? Now we will get the actual this much we have to pay increase in provision. Increase in provision, how much is there? See, increase in provision, from this increase on the leasehold property we have a deferred tax. That tax has to be shown separately. Is that has to be, we should not mix it. Is that when you are talking about the lease payments, it will be going to be incorporated in that. Is it right? So that is the reason what we will do anytime, anywhere, whenever there is a deferred tax on the leasehold property, that deferred tax will be deducted. Means now we are taking the tax only related to our assets. Anything related to leasehold assets, the deferred tax will be shown separately. Just, is it clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Fine. Now, what they are saying, we'll do this also. Is it? Then we will make it a complete summary of that. Is it? What they are saying, we will is it right? A and B. Okay, first we will do A and then we will do B. Okay. All the points we have covered. Is it right? All the points we have covered. Now, how much is the profit before interest and tax? They have given the, is it right? How much is the profit before interest and tax? 30,000. Is it right? How much is the profit before interest and tax? 30,000. Is it? You put this you put separately. We are not going to do this. Okay. Now put this one for a point number A. Is it? Point number A, prepare schedule of adjustment. Is it? Is it? Triage company schedule of adjustments to profit and loss account for the year ended 31st March 2006. Amount in thousands. Is it? Particulars. They have given, is it a draft profit and loss account 31st March 2006. How much is there? 30,000 is there. Is that how much is there? 30,000 is there. Is it? Next, that we have to take. Is it? Draft profit before interest and taxes. Is it right? How much is there? 30,000. How much is there? 30,000. Now, less. First point number 1. Okay? Point number 1. What we did in point number 1? We have calculated interest. Is it right? 3023. Is that finance cost? How much? 3023 less finance cost. Point number 1. How much? 3023. Is it right? 3023. Next. Amortization. Is it right? Amortization on leasehold property 1,500 and 1,700. Okay? Less amortization on leasehold property. Is it right? To A, how much? 1,500. To B is how much? 1,700. Total how much? 3,200. Is it right? 3,200. Next. We have calculated depreciation. Is it right? We have calculated depreciation. How much we have calculated depreciation? 6,600. Okay? 6,600 less depreciation. Is it right? Depreciation on plant and equipment. How much depreciation on plant and equipment? 6,600. Is it right? Next. Is it right? Next. Next. What is there? They are talking about some fraud. Is it right? They have, see what is that? They have, see, I will just put like this. Is it? I will just put like this. Is it? Very closely for this. 700 is the total amount of fraud. How much is stolen? 450 is stolen. Is it right? Now 200. Is it right? The directors are hopeful. It is not, there is no guarantee. Is it right? They are hopeful. This 200 is what? This 200 is what? This 200 is the loss. This 200 is a loss because of what? Because of fraud. Is it right? 200, not 200, 250. Is it? 250. Less loss due to fraud. How much? 250. Is it? Loss due to fraud. Now, income tax. Is it right? Income tax. How much is the income tax? Current tax. Is it right? Current tax is how much? Current tax is 700. Is it right? How much they need? They need 2,700. Is it right? They need 2,700. Current tax is how much? 700. Is it? Current tax is how much? 700. Increase in provision is how much? We have calculated increase in provision. Not increase. It's a savings. Is it right? It's a savings. Credited to profit and loss account. Okay? Credited to profit and loss account. Is that? Less current tax provision. Current tax provision, how much? Current tax provision is 2,700. Okay? 2,700. In this you have to current tax, what they have written, a provision of current income tax is at 2.7. Okay? 2.7. Is that? 2.7. Current tax as given how much? 1 minute. 2,700 minus 700 plus 800. What I have written there? I have written there under provision. See, just I want to make it very clear. Is it right? I want to make it very clear here. Where I will write here. If tax is on the credit side, is it right? It is over provision. Okay, if it is tax is on the debit side, it is under provision. You have to make an additional provision. Is it right? Current tax is there on the debit side. Is it right? Current tax is there on the debit side. Is it right? When current tax is there on the debit side, it is what? It is under provision. Means you have to add provision. How much? 700. Is it right? You have to add provision. How much? 700. It comes to how much? 3,400. Here we have calculated. in one of the cases. Deferred tax to credit to profit and loss account. How much? 800 minus. Okay, is it right? Is it deferred tax? Deferred tax credited to. Is it credited to profit and loss account? How much? 800. Is that how much? 800. Is that it comes to how much? 006.2. Is it right? 2600. See what we have done. Is it right? Is it right? This is what we have done. Is it right? Is it right? This is what we have done. Is it right? This is what we have done here only. Is it right? This one. Focus only on this one. Is it right? Current tax provision is how much? They need current tax provision of 2,700. Fine. Current tax under provision is how much? The current tax they have under debit side. Is it right? Under provision. Means you have to add, is it right? 700. Now 3,400. In the previous case we have provided what? We have on the revaluation. Is it right? On the revaluation, all the things, how much is there? If you are taken into consideration, we have provided excess provision. Is that how much we have to provide excess provision? We have provided excess provision. Means definitely profits will decrease. Is that now you have to balance the profit? You have to re-get the profit on the original values. On that basis, we will add 800. Is it right? This is where the concept will say taxation. Fine. Now, how much is there? You just add. Are you clear about this? First, tell me about taxation. Yes or no? I can understand by your voice. Are you clear about taxation or not? How much is the current tax provision? They are expecting a current tax provision of 2,700. Okay. Now, there is under provision, debit balance. Is it right? Debit balance is under provision. Credit balance is over provision. Fine. Debit balance is under provision, and because it is under provision, you have to increase that balance from the current year. Is that by increasing the balance, profits will decrease. Okay? Profits will decrease. Now, how much is the total amount you are going to get? 3,400. In the previous case, we have done with respect to revaluation, and deferred tax is how much? 800. We have provided extra tax. Is it right? Extra tax. When it is over extra tax, we have to get it in normal. What happens? How you will get? If you are paying tax, it will be a debit side. If you are going to tax returns, is it right? You put it like this. If you are getting any tax returns, what you will do? You will put it on the credit side. How much you will get? $30,030 minus 2,323, 3,200 minus 6,600 minus 250 and 2,600.
14,327.
How much?
14,000.
14,000. 14,000. Is it 14,327? Little bit, is it right? This is more. Is it? This is nothing but this is going to be called as a This is going to be called as a profit for the year. In profit for the year, we have taken the draft profit and loss account balance. We have deducted the finance cost on the convertible bonds. We have deducted the amortization on leasehold property and plant and machinery. We have deducted the depreciation on plant and equipment, and we have deducted the loss due to fraud. Is it right? And subsequently we have deducted what? We have deducted for the deferred tax. Okay. We have taken the deferred. Now, what they are asking us, how many marks they have given for us for this. See the thing, these people really, for this month they gave you only 5 marks. Alhamdulillah. Is it right? Fine. Now, what we have to do? We have to do the balance sheet. Is it right? We have to do point number B is how much? We have to do the trade company statement of financial position. Statement of financial position as on 31st March 2006. Particulars amount. Now equity is there, non-current assets is there. Is it right? Non-current assets are there. Is it? How much is the non-current assets? 37,400 is the plant and machinery. 64,600 is the leasehold property. Is it right? 64,600 is the leasehold property. Now, non-current assets. Non-current assets. Is it right? Plant and machinery. Plant and machinery. Is that how much is the plant and machinery? Plant and machinery is 37,400. 37,400. Is it right? Next, leasehold property. Is it right? Leasehold property. How much is the leasehold property? Leasehold property is 64,600. 64,600. Fine. Next, apart from that, what is there? We have taken leasehold properties over. Is it right? We have taken leasehold properties over, plant and machinery is over, accumulated. Is it? You have trade receivables 28,000, other current assets 9,300. Is it? You put it as a current assets. Is it? Current assets, trade receivables. Trade receivables are how much? See the thing. Trade receivables are how much? 28,000. Is it? Minus. There is a fraud. Is it right? There is a fraud. How much is the fraud? 700. Is it? How much is the fraud? 700. It comes to how much? 27,300. Is it right? Other current assets. Other current assets is 9,300. Is it right? That's all. How much you will get total? These are the total assets.
$138,600.
138,600. Next, equity and liabilities. Is it right? Equity and liabilities. We have done somewhere question mark we have put in. Is it right? We have done one somewhere we put question mark. Is it right? I think retained earnings. Is it right? One way we have put question mark. Told you that we will take it. Where is that? I told you that we will. Yeah, here. Adjusted profit. How much is there? Adjusted profit. Is it right? How much is there? Adjusted profit. We have to take that profit for the year. How much we got it? Profit for the year. How much? Point A. 14,327. Is it right? We have to take adjusted profit from A. Is it right? From A. Is that from A? How much is the adjusted profit? 14,000. How much is there? 14,000. 14,000. 14,327. How much you'll get? 3,500 minus 450 plus 14,327.
Minus 11,000.
How minus? Plus 3,500 plus 14,327 minus 450.
$17,377.
17,377. This is the retained earnings. This is the retained earnings closing balance. Is it right? 17,377. Is it right? Equity. How much is the equity? How much is the equity share capital? Equity share capital is how much? Equity share capital is 50,000. Is it right? Equity share capital is how much? 50,000. And and other equity is how much? 2,208. Okay, this one. Is it right? And this one you have to take other equity. Is it right? 2,208. Next, you have the revaluation surplus is there, 7,800. Is it right? How much is the revaluation surplus? Revaluation surplus is 6,240. Is it right? Revaluation gain. Next, is it right? You have retained earnings. Okay, done. Is it right? Equity is how much? Equity is 50,000. Is it right? Other equity. Point number 1. Okay. Point number 1. Other equity how much? 2,208. Okay. You have a revaluation gain. Is it right? You have a revaluation gain. How much is revaluation gain? 6,240. You have retained earnings. Is it right? You have retained earnings. Closing balance. Is it right? You have retained earnings. Closing balance. How much is the retained earnings closing balance? Just now we have done 17,377. Total how much you will get?
75,825.
75,825. This is A. Okay. This is A. Next, you have non-current liabilities. You have non-current liabilities. You have a deferred tax. You have a deferred tax. How much is the deferred tax? Deferred tax is how much? How much is the deferred tax? See the thing. Now you are asking me that. How much will take deferred tax? We take deferred tax of how much? 3,960. This amount we take in the balance sheet. This amount we take in the profit and loss account. Okay? That is the difference. Is it? That is the difference. This amount we take in the balance sheet, whereas the adjustments, excess and shortage, this you take in the profit and loss account. That is what we have done. Is it right? Deferred tax. How much is the deferred tax? Deferred tax is 3,960. You have 6% convertible bonds. Is it right? 6% convertible bond. We have done in the first case. How much is that? 6 months convertible bonds. 636. Carrying amount.
58,450.
Huh?
Carrying amount of loan?
Yes. Carrying amount
38,000.
38,415. Is it right? 38,415. Is it right? Next. Next. Okay. Next, 1 minute. We'll see what is there. Is it right? We'll see what is there. See the things. You have current liabilities. Is that 17,700? Is that? You have how much? You have current liabilities. 17,700. You have deferred tax. No, we will calculate deferred tax. First, we'll take 17,700. Is it right? 17,700. Current tax is there. 2.7. Okay. Current tax is how much? 2.7. Is it? Current tax is how much? 2.7. Is it right? Deferred tax we have done. Is it right? No. Sorry. Current liabilities. Current liabilities. Current liabilities are how much? 17,700. Okay. Current tax. Is it? Current tax. How much? 2.7. Okay. 2.7. That's all. Nothing is there. Is it? Nothing is there. We have taken interest payments we have done. Is that interest payments we have done? Fine. Okay. Okay. Now you do total, how much you will get?
$62,775.
How much?
62,775.
75. This is B. Total equity and liabilities. A plus B. How much?
138,600.
138,600. 138,600. Okay. Okay. This is the point number 2. Wait for a while. We will complete point number C. Very small one. Okay. 3 marks only. Very small one. The issue of convertible loans can potentially dilute the shares. Is it right? The issue of potential loans can dilute the basic earning per share. Calculate the diluted earning per share for the year ended 31st. Calculate the basic earning per share also. Is it right? How much is the maximum shares? They can see for every 20 to for every, what is the condition they have put it? They have put it was some condition was there. Where is that condition? The condition is where in the first one only. Is it right? In the first, they say that 20 shares for each 100 loan note. Is it right? 20 shares for each 100 loan note. Is it right? Just you have waited for so much. Just we'll complete this and we'll finish it off. Is that point number C? Is it right? Point number C. 20 shares. Is it right? For $100, 100. How many shares? Shares are 20. Okay. For 40 million. Is it right? 40 million shares are question mark. 40 million divided by 100 into 20. How much will get? One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
8 million.
8 million. Is it right? Eight million shares. No. Is it right? No. How much is there? 8 million shares. Is it? How much is the profit? See, what is the EPS? EPS is nothing but profit after tax divided by number of shares. Is it right? Profit after tax divided by now. What is profit after tax? Profit after tax is how much? We have done that. How much is the profit after tax? 14,237.
14,327.
Yeah, 14,327. Is it right? Profit after tax. Current year. Current year. How much? 14,327. See the thing. Now, when you convert the bonds into shares, what happens? You will save the interest. Is it right? You will save the interest and you will save the tax. Is it? You will save the interest. Is it? Add interest saved on conversion. Is it right? Inverse interest saved on conversion. What is the interest expenses? Interest expenses are how much? Interest expenses are 30 23. Is that how much we are converting? We are converting into how much? 20% tax is there. Is it right? 20% tax we have to pay. Is it right? 20% tax means how much after paying tax, how much is balance left over? 80%. I will write here. Is that total is how much? Total is 100. Okay. In that you have to pay tax. Tax you are paying how much? 20. Is that how much is there? This is tax saved on interest. How much? If you are saving tax on interest, it means profits are increasing. Is it right? It means our profits are increasing. How much we are saying? 3023.8%. Is that how much we'll get? 2418.4. Is it right? How much you are getting? This one. How much is there? 5, 4. Is it right? 5, 4, 7, 5, 4, 7, 6 and 1. Is it right? 5, 4, 7, 6 and 1. Now, is it? Now, how much, what is the earning per share? How many shares are there? Total shares. Is it right? Total shares. Total shares are how much? Total shares. Is there equity capital? How much is there equity? Equity is how much? Equity is going to be 50,000. Is it right? Million. Okay. Plus conversion. Is that conversion? How many shares are there? 8 million. Okay. Total how much will get? 58 million. Is that 50 million, 8 and 58 million shares. Is it right? Next. How much is the profit? 16,745. 16,745. 16,745 divided by 16,745 divided by 58. 16,745 divided by 58. 16,745 divided by 58,000. Is it EPS equal to 16,745 divided by 58,000? How much you'll get? 0.29 or 29 cents per share. Is it okay?
Yes, it's okay.
It's very lengthy. Okay, very lengthy. Not lengthy. We have taken time to make sure that how it is progressing. Okay, just keep it in mind, and inshallah it will make sense. Okay, you see, relax now, refresh and revise it. That is my way of